Hi. Um, I'm frantically setting this up because I only woke up like half an hour ago. I really went live before I was actually ready to go live because this is about to start. So just bear with me here while I set up the rest of everything. I think really all I have to do is tweet out the stream and then I'm essentially done, really. It's kind of a rush job, but you know, my mic isn't even pulled towards my face. Just the smallest of things, you know. Why wouldn't it let me? Where's the? I guess that works. Oh, it's starting! And it's instantly loading.
Hi, I'm Phil. Thanks so much for joining us today for the first Stadia Connect. This series gives you a look at Stadia news, events, new titles, bonus features, and more. We'll be posting these Stadia Connect videos from time to time to bring you the latest from Google straight to all of you, the players. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. 3 months ago, we gave you a first look at Stadia,
that was 3 months already.
A new generation game platform powered by the best of Google. Today, we're going to tell you about the first wave of games available at launch. We'll share pricing details, including an exclusive launch offer, and you'll learn how to become one of the first Stadia players. Stadia has been years in the making across different Google teams. Google's mission has always been to make information more accessible for everyone. With Stadia, our goal is to make gaming more accessible for everyone too. We designed Stadia to bring together game players and game watchers from around the world into one global community of gamers. And Stadia makes it easy to play your favorite games on any screen in your life. At launch later this year, you'll be able to play Stadia games on your TV, desktop, laptop, tablet, and on Pixel smartphones. Starting with Pixel 3, as well as the brand new Pixel 3a that we announced last month. Wherever you are, Stadia lets you play the latest games. No downloads, no patches, no installs. Just grab your controller and you're in. This level of access and availability represents a huge shift in the gaming world. Instead of a console or a PC, you're using Google's data center as the platform. We handled the intense gameplay processing and graphics, so there's no console required to play your favorite games. That's what Stadia is all about, the games. Today, we're unveiling the very first wave of games coming to the platform at launch. We're working with hundreds of leading publishers and developers around the world to deliver their biggest and best titles to Stadia. We've lined up an incredible selection of games spanning nearly every genre, including fighting, sports, role-playing games, first-person action, and racing titles. And we're just getting started. This worldwide exclusive unveil comes straight from our friends at Larian Studios.
All right, first unveil. Let's see. Why does it look like Assassin's Creed? Didn't expect that. Jeez. It's gruesome. something in the sky? Yeah, there is. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's so random. Wow. I actually haven't played any of those games, but that's pretty
Larian
cool.
is a company where we try to give everybody a lot of freedom because we want them to come with their IDs. No, thanks, man. Forget it. My name is Sven Winke. I am the founder and director of Larian Studios. So Larian Studios was founded in '97 in Ghent in Belgium. I've seen the entire evolution of the games industry. We keep on driving the state-of-the-art forward so fast. You don't have that in music, you don't have it in movies. But in video games, you have it, and Stadia is like the next leap. I mean, it is quite revolutionary. Larian Studios was founded to be able to create big epic RPGs in which the world reacts to what you're doing, in which you could play together with your friends. When we released Divinity Original Sin 1, I tried approaching Wizards of the Coast, trying to tell them that we should be the ones making.
Yeah, my webcam, I set it up in a hurry. I look like crap,
then.
I'm sorry.
But then we started making Divinity Original Sin 2, and then at some point they just reached out to me and they said, well, you're the guy that wanted to make Baldur's Gate 3. Do you still want to make Baldur's Gate 3? And say, yeah, of course I still want to make Baldur's Gate 3. And that got the conversation rolling, and before you knew it, we were constructing story. It was awesome. It was a geek dream come true. Baldur's Gate 3 is the biggest game that we've ever done. We had to triple the size of the studio to be able to do it. Production values are very, very, very high, but the game deserves it. I mean, it's people have been waiting on it for a very long time, so it deserves to be top-notch in every single aspect, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful game. But the coolest thing about it all is that by bringing it to Stadia, pretty much everybody is going to be able to play it at the highest quality settings, because Stadia is democratic in that sense, if you want. It doesn't differentiate between what platform you're playing it on, because everything is server-based.
We can't wait for you to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia. And whether you're playing an RPG
is so weird.
like Baldur's Gate 3 or
I don't
any
know
of
if
the
I
other
should be
titles
excited
and
or not.
genres we'll share today, we know that players demand the most responsive experiences from their games. And we have architected Stadia to give you the fastest possible response between what your fingers are doing and what your eyes are seeing. So, what does that mean for the internet connection you're on right now? Let's quickly dig into the numbers. Our highest quality
Yeah, I don't
gaming
care about
experience
numbers.
is remarkable, with 4K HDR video at 60 frames per second and 5.1 surround sound. We're able to deliver this experience to users with a connection speed of around 35 megabits per second. And with Google handling the processing load, you can enjoy smooth gameplay even if you don't have that kind of connection. So let's say
Isn't
you have
that
a connection
incredibly
speed
low?
of just 10 megabits per second. You can still get at least 720p video at 60 frames per second with stereo sound. We're really proud of the experience we're able to deliver.
That's not
and
bad.
it's all thanks to more than 20 years of work at Google, building and optimizing our
That's
networks
very,
and data centers
very
to support
doable.
services with billions of users like YouTube, Gmail, Android, Google Play, Maps, and of course, Google Search. The latency and speed demands of online gaming aren't far off from the demands we've been meeting for years. We handle the back end so you can play the games you want, when you want, on whatever screen you prefer. Back in October of 2018, we put this idea to the test with Project Stream. We invited users to stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey at up to 1080p and 60 frames per second. It was a phenomenal gaming experience on a wide range of PCs and laptops that were simply running a Chrome browser. With Project Stream, we demonstrated that we can transmit the live instance from the data center to your screen faster than your eye is transmitting those images to your brain. That's critical for fast-paced games on Stadia, like Mortal Kombat. It's truly a new paradigm for gaming. And since we announced Stadia a few months ago, we've gotten a lot of interest about this new way to play. In our conversations and meetups with game developers, they're excited about the possibilities of an ever-evolving play experience. And we can't wait to get Stadia in the hands of gamers later this year.
Okay,
So
just
let's
show
share
us
some
more
details about
games.
the platform and what you'll need to get started at launch. You'll get the best
I
experience
don't want
playing
that.
with
I
our
want
new
games.
Stadia controller. It's designed
I don't care.
specifically for streaming games, and it includes a capture button for your game footage and a button to access the Google Assistant. Of course, you can also play Stadia games with any supported game controller or with a mouse and keyboard. The only other thing you need is a screen to play on.
He does look
Want
bored.
to play on the HD TV in your living room? Just plug in a Chromecast Ultra. If you'd rather play on your laptop, desktop,
I
or
live
tablet,
rural and I get
open
500.
a Chrome browser window. Our vision is for
I get
Stadia
500
to
down.
run on any screen that runs Chrome. Or you can use the Stadia app.
I don't pay that much for it. I get 500 down, so I should be able to do this easy. Like 10 times over,
When you're ready to
according
play,
to them.
the Stadia controller connects directly to your game running in the Google data center. That direct connection is key to providing the highest possible performance and the best streaming experience. We have so many more details on the Stadia controller, which you can find at stadia.com. We're also a tweet away at Google Stadia to answer all your questions. We're very excited to introduce you to a number of new titles coming to Stadia at launch. Let's take a look.
Finally.
I'm a wolf, raised to be the alpha, trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily.
That is 100% the Punisher's voice. Whatever his name is. I can't remember the actor's name.
This wild territory is the perfect.
Yeah, that is absolutely Shane from Walking Dead.
free world where I can roam and explore with no end. But I came here on the hunt, hidden among sheep, focused on their superficial dreams, moving up the food
Oh, it even
chain
looks
step
like
by
him.
step before I dominate them all. With one target always clearly in my sights. To secure the future with technology others developed, but were too fearful to deploy. By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it.
Okay, I want to see gameplay. Stop showing me cinematics of your games. It looks like him though. It's pretty cool.
The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves.
It's great, but I want gameplay.
Stand by.
Oh, here we go.
Standing by. In position.
3, 2, 1.
Really? That's interesting. It looked like a Tom Clancy game. I mean, so far, that's 2 games that I thought looked interesting. This game looks cool. I like the art style a lot. That's 3 for 3 so far. That's one of those games that could easily be a stupid amount of fun, like Gang Beasts. And I'm assuming this is Division 2.
Happened 7 months after a deadly pandemic that started in New York, spread not only across the nation, but also across the world. And you, as a
Okay,
legion
well, we know what
of the
Division
Strategic
is.
Homeland Division has been called to Washington, D.C. to help take the city back and save the country. So one of the major challenges is to take an RPG and to create a fast-paced, action-packed shooting game. We learned a lot from
Okay, I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit, just because we know what Division is, so I can kind of catch up on some of this stuff real quick.
One of the real benefits.
Can I get a sub for no reason? Thanks, Sludge Bomb, for the 5. And then Andy Wood, thanks for top-notch content, brother. We appreciate it. Can we get an update on the donation stream finalized? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean update on all the donations, it's all on my Twitter. You'll have to scroll back a bit because that was like 2 months ago now, but you can find all of that on there. But thank you. Thank all of you.
A very open company, at least with us as partners. We know games.
Sorry if anyone cares about hearing this, but he's literally just talking about what freaking Division is. So if you've played it. Oh, Matthew with the 50. That was unexpected. Love Siamese guest spot on the video yesterday. Have a great day. Thank you, Matthew. I missed that until now. 9 minutes ago. Not too bad. How is your cat? Begging. Well, he was begging for food, but he got fed, so he's good.
Learning experience and an immensely thrilling journey. So I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Please fix volume. I turned down the volume because it's just Division. I'll turn it back up. But I'll take this moment to say that so far I've actually liked it. It's been slow. I mean, it's their first one, so you can't blame them for their pacing. Yeah.
Bringing to you at launch. And now, here to tell you about Stadia's pricing and availability
Sounds like they're
is
done
my
with the
friend and
games.
colleague, John.
Which is
We're
disappointing.
launching Stadia with a diverse mix of games from lots of genres and world-class game publishers. There's truly something for everyone. With Stadia,
Thanks,
you can
Russ
put
Biden.
your money toward the things that really matter, the latest, greatest game experiences that you can play anywhere. To unlock these experiences, we're offering a premium subscription for our Stadia players. Introducing Stadia Pro. It delivers the best of Stadia for just $9.99 per month. Stadia Pro
not too
gives
bad.
you
That's
regular
less than
content that you
Netflix.
add to your library for being a Stadia Pro member.
That's
and
about
our
what I
highest
expected.
streaming quality.
And that's for their
4K,
Pro.
HDR,
Oh,
60
that's
frames
actually
per
pretty.
second
That's not bad
with
then.
5.1 surround sound. And we're going a step further to celebrate players who want to be the first playing on Stadia. We know there's a passionate world of players out there who want bigger, better, more accessible gaming experiences. After announcing Stadia, we've heard from so many gamers who share our excitement. For those fans, we've created a custom, limited edition set of exclusive features and content. We call it the Stadia Founders Edition, and you can pre-order it starting today. The Founders Edition includes everything you need to get started with Stadia, and you'll have the first access to Stadia when it launches later this year. We want to make sure your games look great on the biggest screen in your
how
home, so the
much?
Founders Edition comes with a Chromecast Ultra for streaming it up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second directly to your TV. You'll also receive a limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, as well as 3 months of Stadia Pro. And we know gaming is more fun with a friend. The Founders Edition comes with a 3-month Buddy Pass, so you can gift Stadia Pro access to a friend or family member. You can also pick up an additional Stadia controller for $69. It comes in clearly white, just black, and wasabi.
Wasabi.
And here's the best part about the Founders Edition. You'll be among the
Thank
first
you,
players to
Lydia.
secure
I
your
appreciate
exclusive
that.
Stadia name. So you'll get the Stadia name you want and the bragging rights that go along with it. So you're getting a Chromecast Ultra, the limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, and you'll be among the first players to select a Stadia name. It's all in the Stadia Founders Edition, and it's coming to these 14 countries. And we're working hard to expand Stadia to additional countries in 2020 and beyond. We do have one more surprise. Gamers who buy the Stadia Founders Edition will get the complete Destiny 2 experience as part of Stadia Pro.
That's like a $5
Let's take a look.
experience.
Destiny's about being a super powerful hero set loose in a really beautiful world.
The first time I fired my super, I was like screaming. I'm so badass right now.
Oh, jeez, the
I've been playing games
cringe.
for 30 years and I've never experienced that.
Destiny is about playing with your friends.
My best moments are with
I'm
other
so
players. The first
badass.
time I beat Vault of Glass, I know who was there with me, and that just makes it feel so much more rich.
Bungie's always been at the forefront of exploring new
good-looking
ways
guy
to
right there.
bring our games to our players.
Why didn't that guy host
We
the
are
event?
now our own
Oh, I guess
publisher.
he's
Did you know
Destiny.
this? And with Stadia, we get to be the tip of the spear with something that's new.
Our push now is to remove all the barriers that we have to playing Destiny.
Whenever, wherever, with whomever you want.
And we're allowing players to have access to all of it. All of our planets, all of our cooperative strikes, all of our competitive modes, Gambit, raids. It's all there for players to jump in
Why is it frozen on that one image?
and have fun with.
Shadowkeep is
Thank
the
you.
next chapter in the Destiny story.
It's a pretty haunting tale. There are these nightmares that are walking the moon.
Okay,
And you'll
again,
have to
I know
find a
about
way to
Destiny.
conquer
Why
these
am I
nightmares
watching
and
this?
face your fears.
We have a lot to do with Destiny 2. We're not done yet.
We now are in control of our own destiny. Behind us,
You get it? He said the name of the game.
we have an incredible community. And with
Nintendo
Stadia, I
code,
think
they
we're
want
gonna
their
open up
directs back.
An entirely new opportunity for
Thanks,
players
Brett.
to come in and play with their friends from around the world.
All good, Andy. No worries. Shadowkeep reveal. I guess this is new.
Looking to the future always brings us back to the past. Can you feel them? I can still hear their voices. Their endless torment reshapes our moon. Nightmares now stalk the surface. Walking shadows, seeking vengeance. Our old fears.
It's a lot of cinematics, unfortunately. I wish they had
again.
come out with some gameplay, but usually you get cinematics before gameplay when they announce new
And
stuff, no
in
matter
the
where it
dark
is. So it
below.
makes sense. It's just, yeah, I don't know.
Something wicked.
I guess that's the
Has
drawback of
awakened.
starting a new console or a new platform, I suppose, because all your new stuff's going to be cinematic to start with.
Must bring an end to this suffering.
Suffering.
One way or
Whoa, okay. Whoa. That was such an awkward timing for the new channel member. Whoa, okay. One way.
A
or
big thank
whoa,
you to our friends
okay.
at Bungie for partnering with us to bring the full Destiny 2 experience to Stadia. The base game, all previous add-ons, the newest expansion, and the annual pass. They're all included in your Stadia Pro subscription. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to
it's
transfer
cool if
your
you like
Destiny
Destiny.
Guardian to Stadia from any other platforms.
That's
To
actually
recap,
pretty cool.
The Stadia Founders Edition comes with limited edition Night Blue controller, Chromecast Ultra, 3 months of Stadia Pro, the full Destiny 2 experience, first dibs on your Stadia name, and a buddy
First
pass to give
dibs
Stadia
on your
Pro to a
Stadia
friend for 3
name.
months. Good luck deciding who you're going to give it to. When you add everything up, that's almost $300 of value. And you'll get it all in the Founders Edition for just $129, which you can pre-order now. We're excited to
I mean,
offer
that's
the
not,
Founders
honestly, that's
Edition
not
to
bad. You
gamers
get the
from around
controller,
world,
you get the
but it's only
service for 3
available
months,
for a
and you
limited
get that
time
little
in
dongle.
limited quantities. So
That's
don't
not
wait
bad.
too long to pre-order. If you don't want the Founders Edition or Stadia Pro, you can still buy and play Stadia games without a subscription. Simply buy the games you want when you want them. We call this Stadia Base.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
any games you purchase, they're yours to play whenever you want.
So you can just pick a
So
title.
whether you're ready to go all in with the Founders Edition bundle, or if you prefer Stadia Base, you have options. All right, let's bring Phil back for a few final details and surprises.
At least they're
Thanks
giving
for tuning
plenty
in
of
to
options,
this
at
first
least.
look at some of our most exciting launch titles, pricing details, and how to access Stadia right at launch. You can get more details and info at stadia.com/FAQ, or you can find it in the description here, or tweet us at Google Stadia. We'll have much more to come soon, including additional announcements from some of the world's best game publishers. Thanks for watching. I can't wait for you to experience Stadia for yourself. And with that, we're excited to show you one last collection of games.
I'm glad they got something to end on. Wow, too quick. That's a lot of stuff though. Assassin's Creed, Division. Did I see Fallout in there? Destiny, Combat, Tomb Raider. I think that was Rage 2, right? Dragon Fighters. New Baldur's Gate, Just Dance, which no one needs. Trials Rising, Final Fantasy. FIFA, that new game. Truck Simulator, whatever that was. Driving Game X, Clancy. I don't know what that was.
You guys are weird.
Wait, what game was that? I know that game. I have opinions. I have thoughts. Let me collect them. Okay. I have opinions, I have thoughts. I don't know if I'm making a video on this. I don't know if I care enough to make a video on it. So if you want to hear my thoughts, now's the time. I'm not disappointed. I know that in 2019, everyone is disappointed in everything. Wolfenstein Youngblood, yes it was, thank you. Everyone's always disappointed in everything these days, and it's really easy to be really hesitant and have a stigma against something that's new and want it to fail because it's funny if it fails, and it's easier if it fails because it's something you don't have to buy, something you don't have to worry about. And we're so used to companies coming along and trying to start something new in gaming and failing because it's so hard to do. And so it's so easy to just shut it out and be like, it sucks, it's gonna fail. I'm not saying that it won't. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. If anyone can do this, it's going to be one of two people, in my opinion. Google or Amazon. Google's giving it a shot. First thing, it's cheap. $10 a month for the Pro, 4K and all of that. That is cheap. I mean, depending on how many games they end up having, I suppose. But depending on your value of games as well, I guess. But I mean, 4K on Netflix is like 12, 13, 14 bucks, something like that. So 10 isn't bad. And then they said you could just pick a game and buy a game and play that. Which, you know, then you're just buying a game and you don't have to worry about the console. So technically that's an affordable way just to play a game if you're not really super into gaming. The Founders Pack wasn't that expensive either, $129. I think the controller was 60, 70 bucks. Then you get the little dongle thing too. So you're essentially just buying in early at that point. I mean, you're paying for the 3 months, you're paying for the controller, and then you're just a founder or whatever. You get a couple extra things. So it's not insanely overpriced. So all the pricing, I think, is fine. I think they did a good job on the pricing. They're not being greedy. They've given you enough options so you don't have to do $10 a month. You don't have to be a founder. You don't have to spend $129 up front. You don't have to do anything. So I think all of that is very fair. Next, I know that was kind of an awkward event. Let's remember that it's the first one they've done, and you could clearly tell that they were struggling to figure out what they should talk about. Should they focus on what Stadia is? Because it's very confusing. I know a lot of us going into this already have a pretty good grasp about what this is, but when you're talking to a general consumer, when you're talking to just people out there in the world, like moms, dads, whatever, just casual gamers, and you try and explain you don't need a console, it runs on servers. For so many people, that is just mind-blowing and incomprehensible, and just some people just won't get it no matter how many times you tell them until their son has it in the house and he's playing it and the son breaks it down to him for the 13th time. You know what I mean? So they were trying to figure out how much of that they needed to re-explain or just break down. obviously they had to figure out the pricing, how to break that down, and then they had to figure out, you know, what they wanted to show and how they wanted to show it. So it was their first attempt, and they didn't really know which way to take it, and I think they confused even themselves. So bear that in mind. That's why it was slow, because they were trying to figure out their own flow. Remember that, I mean, how awesome is Sony? And I would say that what I just saw there was better than Sony's first state of play. So let's cut them some slack in that regard, at least for the weird pacing. I'm actually going to be cutting them a lot of slack. It feels like I have their back right now, but this is just how I feel. Next, what they actually showed as far as games. Remember, again, they have just started this. I don't want to play whatever that is. I'll let this play in the background while I'm talking. I'll turn the sound off, but... Oh, it won't let me. Okay, fine. Whatever. I don't know what to do with that. I'm just gonna leave that there, and you can look at my recommended videos. Remember, this is a brand new platform, which means they have to start developing brand new games for it. And no matter what console you're talking about, no matter what platform, developer, whatever, you always get cinematic trailers first. Always. You usually get a splash screen of like, this is what we're making, like Animal Crossing coming 2019. That's all we got for that, right? Then you'll get a cinematic trailer of some kind. You're lucky if you get gameplay first, and then you get gameplay. So since this is a brand new platform, anything new they're working on has to go through the same routine. They can't just throw gameplay at you right away, because either it's not ready, or that's just not how you reveal a game these days. You just always do cinematics to build up hype and then gameplay. So anything new they have right now, it ended up being a cinematic. The little cartoony game that they showed, which I wish I could rewind to, which apparently I can't right now, that had some gameplay. Other than that, like the Ghost Recon didn't really have gameplay. Other stuff didn't really have gameplay. The not Call of Cthulhu, Baldur's Gate didn't have gameplay, because it's all being made now. I mean, even after the Baldur's Gate 3 announcement, he said we're still working on it. So it's going to be a little bit before we get gameplay. So it kind of just feels like we received some trailers, some cinematic trailers, and then that was it. Because that's all they have. It's a new platform. And then, furthermore, you might still be disappointed because, well, I didn't see anything I wanted. And then, you know, I'm not buying into a platform that has, you know, nothing I want. That is completely fair, but you have to also remember it's new. It doesn't have a huge library yet. I mean, think of the Switch when it launched. It had Breath of the Wild, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and Bomberman. And Breath of the Wild was on Wii U as well. I mean, the Wii U had a horrible launch, and that's Nintendo. Like, how many years into them making frigging consoles? Like, a launch of anything is going to be bare bones. But in my opinion, they're going in with some strong stuff. They're going in with Ghost Recon. They're going in with a new Baldur's Gate, and that does have a cult following, and previous games looked good. I mean, it has the benefit of being able to launch with a bunch of third-party stuff like Division. I mean, Destiny 2, honestly, I have always loved the look of Destiny, and I've just never really sunk more than an hour into each of the games. So, I mean, I'll try it again on this platform, I guess, but you're not going to have a wide array of options on launch. So if you're unlucky enough to just not care about anything on launch, then you're just kind of screwed, and you've got to wait. Like any other system, like any other launch, you're going to have to wait until games start coming out that actually pique your interest. But I think they did a good job at diversifying and getting quite a few different things. Getting Tom Clancy was good, I think, because you do have that whole gimmick that you can do on Stadia, where you can have all your buddies on the screen and you can see what they're doing. That's something that consoles can't do because it pushes the limits too much. But when you're talking about a server, you can literally watch what your friends are doing in real time, like screen cheat with your allies in a way, and that can lead to some pretty interesting competitive gameplay. I would be interested in actually watching a well-oiled team stream a game like Tom Clancy when they could all see each other's screen and really sync up with each other, and that would be interesting to see what kind of tactics could develop out of that style of gameplay. that's interesting. Any sport games that I saw soccer and I saw driving games. Again, you're gonna have bare minimum of everything, right? You're gonna have one platformer, you're gonna have one sport game, one driving game, one gun game, one action game, because it's a launch. You'll very rarely get much of anything on a launch. But I honestly think, for what it was perfectly fine. I think they did a good job. Was it exciting? No, not really. I mean, it's a brand new platform that we still don't know if it's gonna fail. We still don't know. I mean, here's the other thing. You only need 35 down. I mean, I'm not that great with technical stuff, but from what I saw, they said 35 megabits gets you 4K 60 HDR. That's not much. I get 500 in this house. I had really crappy internet in our last place, like some of the worst internet you can get in our area, and that was 30 down. So I mean, I could run Stadia at 10K at least in that house. On a good day, maybe I could hit 4K, but in this house, I'm clearing 4K 30, 40 times over. So for everyone that was like, you know, this isn't practical for most people, I think it is practical for most people. I mean, if you're at the point where you don't have to pay for a console, and it's $10 a month, and your internet, you get like 20 down, but you can like upgrade your internet for an extra $5-10 a month and get 50 down or whatever. I mean, sure, maybe you can classify that as paying $15 a month for Stadia because you had to fork out a little bit more for better internet in your area, but it's still cheap gaming. You don't have to buy the console. And it's still about the same price as 4K Netflix, so unless you just can't get more than 10 in your area, which that would just suck. But I mean you have more issues than Stadia in that case. I can't imagine living on 10 down. Sorry if you are. I wonder if they uploaded the event yet so we can skim through it a little bit and talk about some of the things in more detail. Usually it goes up pretty quick. Here we go. Yeah, like look at like the first 6 minutes was literally, okay, not 6 minutes because it didn't start until about here, but you know, explaining what Stadia was, which again they had to do because people don't know. I mean, a lot of us know, and if you know, it's boring, but people are going to be confused about what it is. I think it's really cool that because Baldur's Gate does have a cult following. People love it. I think it's really cool that Stadia, at the very least, Stadia as a platform have paid for Baldur's Gate 3 to get made. And you can clearly see the passion here. Like, this guy talking about Baldur's Gate, like, he's so passionate about it, and this huge team. Like, Google paid for him to double the size of his team. So, I mean, even if Stadia fails, you know that game's going to end up getting ported over. I mean, the game has been made now, or it's being made, so it's going to end up getting ported over to PlayStation. So, at the very least, we got Baldur's Gate 3 out of this. So, anyone that cares about that, I mean, you have that. It won't die with Stadia. If Stadia dies, it'll move somewhere else. It'll be playable on PlayStation 4 at some point. So I mean, that's fine. We get one good thing out of it at the least. I don't know. This is this an exclusive? Because I haven't seen this Tom Clancy game, Ghost Recon. I hadn't seen that anywhere else. I would remember friggin' Punisher in a game. If that's an exclusive, that's pretty cool. I always love that Ubisoft backs people like this. Ubisoft is a pretty cool company, honestly. A lot of people were like, what the F am I looking at during this? But this is like the exact kind of game that does blow up. That does, you know, get a bunch of people playing online. Like, Donkey will play this and laugh at it. Like, it reminds me of Gang Beasts. It reminds me of a lot of things that do really well these days. They get a little bit of a boost for a while. Everyone is playing this game for a little bit and then they move on to something else, but it definitely reminds me of Gang Beasts and looks like it could be a lot of fun. It reminds me of like Gang Beasts crossed with like Overcooked. I could totally see that being a laugh out loud kind of game to play with friends, especially couch co-op. Jeez. Division 2 is whatever. I mean, it's whatever. It is cool that games like that are going to be streaming, though. I mean, this whole thing is definitely, like, very futuristic. Division 2 is whatever. I've really always wanted to love Division 2. I will be honest, I am going to pre-order the Founders Pack. Because, I mean, I can't do all this coverage of Stadia and not actually get Stadia, so I may as well just outright buy the controller and all of that. So yeah, I'm gonna grab it. So I mean, if you want to wait for my opinion on it, you can. I mean, again, I have 500 down, so if I can't get 4K to work, then I mean that's a pretty good, you know, representation of how much they lied. But I'm pretty sure they're not lying. I don't know why. It's a pretty bold claim. 35 is really minimal. Like, if they were lying, I would have said, like, 50 just to be safe. But they went 35, so... Here, I was trying to find this. I like how they've got some companies in here and then also, like, games. Power Rangers. Okay. Doom Eternal, we knew about that. Final Fantasy 15, I didn't know that. Coach Sync, they made that one game. Tequila Works, what did they make? They made, did they make We Happy Few? No. What did they make? I know them. Square Enix, Rockstar. We haven't seen anything from them yet. I wonder what they're putting on the system. I wonder if they're putting Red Dead 2. 2K, THQ, maybe we'll see the new SpongeBob game. Grid, EA, obviously. Borderlands 2? Borderlands 2, right? Borderlands 3. Anyone catch that? They didn't show that off. Borderlands 3, that's interesting. Wolfenstein, there it is. SNK, Gearbox, obviously, because you have Borderlands. Crystal Dynamics, Thumper, they made that one, the space game. I can't remember what it's called. Baldur's Gate. What is that? I don't know what that is. Metro Exodus was a good game. I mean, even if they just have all of this stuff at launch, that's a pretty big library for $10. I mean, if you can play, depending on when this comes out, if Borderlands 3 comes out on launch, there's no way Borderlands 3 will come out on launch, right? That'd be really interesting if it does. But let's say it gets Assassin's Creed, Dragon Ball, what game is that down there that's coming in? I can't tell. Darksiders. Darksiders what? Okay, let's say it gets Dragon Ball, Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy. Which ones do we know for sure? When does Doom Eternal come out? Whatever that Darksiders game is, Trials Rising, Rage 2. I'm just counting the ones that are already out that we know will probably... Both Tomb Raiders. Actually, there's all 3 Tomb Raiders there. They're really trying to pad this screen out, huh? I'm not going to count Just Dance. Samurai Showdown, I guess. That's 10. NBA, that's 11. Mortal Kombat, that's 12. Deep Silver, they might put a Saints Row on there or something. Okay, so that's 12 that I see right there on the screen for sure. Elder Scrolls Online, actually that's 13. Farming Simulator 14. Destiny 2 is 15. I actually haven't counted Division, so that's 16. Get Packed is 17. Grid is at 18. Wow, I missed a bunch. Okay, so right there you got Power Rangers 19. Metro 20. Damn. Okay, so right there, from what we've seen today and what I can see on this screen, 20 games that have already launched. So I'm assuming that they are going to be on this platform at launch. So 20 games for $10, that's 50 cents a game. That's not bad, and that's just that. And then if you start adding in things like Borderlands 3 comes out this year. We don't know when this launches, so I mean, I don't know if Borderlands 3 will be on launch, but assuming it gets it this year, Borderlands 3, Doom Eternal, and then I don't know when their new games are coming out. Like, I doubt Baldur's Gate will be this year. Ghost Recon looked like it was close, so maybe Ghost Recon. But you can start adding in a few new games to that. Stadia website shows all games. Well, then I can stop guessing, I guess. Stadia website. Yeah. That is a hideous way to show all the games. Can I get a better list, please? Can I get a better list? See, yeah, Stadia base is free. You just, you know, it's just 1080, 60 frames. You just got to pay for the games, which I don't know how much they are. And I can't find a list of the games. Other than this really weird graphic, which I don't like at all. But I don't think I missed any. God, this is horrible. This is hurting my eyes. Yeah, Darksiders Genesis. What is that? Phones, tablet, gaming. I mean, this is just taking me back here. Yep. Way to have a cancerous website, Stadia. This is awesome. I want to see a list of your games, man. Am I missing something? Am I scrolling past it like an idiot, or is this just what they got for us? Whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I think that it was, again, a perfectly fine event for their first one. I'm interested to see the way this goes in the future. For me, personally, as a consumer, if I was not a YouTuber, I would have little to no interest in this, just because I am a console gamer. I always have been. I have a Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation, and so far they have not showed me an exclusive that I must get this platform for. But it is good to know that if they ever do develop something that I am like, oh, holy moly, man, I have to play that, then it's only going to cost me $10, you know, $10 to get the 4K. I play the game on my TV. I guess you need to get the controller, though. That does set things back a little bit. I think you can use any controller, though, can't you? It's just better with theirs. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. But if so, then $10, I can play their exclusive, knock it out, and then, you know, that's it. I'm done. And if it's only 1 or 2 exclusives, I guess I just miss out. That's me as a consumer, so I guess it doesn't really affect me in that case. But as a content creator, I'm excited to try the platform and let you guys know what it's like and try whatever new stuff they have to offer. I mean, maybe Baldur's Gate will be one of my new favorite hotnesses. Yeah, but as a general consumer, sure, I can see why this is whatever. But it's I think that there's definitely merit in this as far as like the future and the way things are going. Absolutely. Like one day I fully believe everything will be streamed, from movies to games to music. Actually, I think it's naive not to think that. I mean, it's just the way the world is moving, you know. I mean, the world is already at the point where we're at digital downloads. Like, you can't deny that physical media is dying because of digital downloads. And if we're at the point where everything is digital download, I would rather it be streamed if I can get the same quality. Because who wants to download everything? Who wants to sit there for a day downloading Rockstar 2 onto your system for like 20 hours so that you can actually play the damn thing? And then you have to keep uninstalling and reinstalling games. You only have a certain amount of space, like 1 terabyte on your hard drive. Can only fit 20 games at most, like 10 games at a time. Like, who wants that? Like, at the point where it's not physical anymore, and on freaking Xbox, it's not physical. Sure, you get the disc, but you still have to install the freaking thing, and you still have to wait no matter what game it is. So if we're going towards the point where everything is digital anyway, it may as well be going towards streaming, because at least then you don't have to download anything and you can just start playing. So I fully believe that the future is moving towards this, whether we like it or not. It's just a matter of, is the first attempt at it going to be successful right away? And I guess for that, just time will tell, right? But I'd love to know your thoughts. You can keep leaving them in the comments. I'm going to sign off. Honestly, it's probably not something I will make a video about. Unless something else happens and I can make a double news, BeatEmUps news, next news video, but we'll see. Thanks to everyone that hung out. Hope you had a good time. Thanks to everyone that donated and just chatted and talked and blah, 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 blah. And I think Stadia is perfect if you're just a Switch gamer. Yeah, if you don't have consoles, or if you can't afford them, or you just don't want them, yeah, I mean, it has its merits. There are people that'll get it just to play Assassin's Creed on their phone, which I can't imagine, but, you know. Alright, guys, have a good one, and I will see you all very soon. This is all part of E3 kicking off. We had, not Nintendo yesterday. Yeah, we did. Nintendo yesterday. this today. I think the next one's EA, right? EA on Saturday. That rhymes. All right, guys. Love you all. See you then. Bye-bye.